What's up, niggas, bitches, dykes, hoes, pimps, future prostitutes, future presidents, future vice presidents, future senators, amazing doctors, lawyers, entrepreneurs, rappers, all of that. Today, we have all gathered in this one spot today to come to the Sunday sit down, where we about to chop it up about everything that's been going on in these last couple of weeks. Now, recently, I've been going viral on TikTok. If you guys don't know, I'm assuming where most of y'all are coming from is my TikTok. And on my TikTok, I said a lot of controversial things. I'm going to be breaking those things down for y'all because I noticed in the comment section, a lot of y'all really got me fucked up. And a lot of you guys really don't understand me. So I just want to clear a couple things up for y'all. This is episode 2, by the way. So if you haven't watched episode 1, go take your greasy, big neck, lobster back ass up there. Because when I'm famous and I'm on episode 445, y'all not going to be, that's going to be too much for you to watch back. So just go ahead and get started now. Get on track now. So you can be like, oh, I've been watching Trey Drawn, this, and the third, etc. Okay, blase. Let's go ahead and get into it. So, I went viral, okay? I go viral because I said, what did I say? I said that I feel white people in the South are way more woke than white people in the North. And people was like outraged that I said this because the South has a reputation for being racist. They have a reputation for being biased against people because of who they are. But it's 3 points we're going to talk about in this segment, okay? So, first I want to talk about this. I said I want to talk about the difference between visible racism and performative allyship. There are a lot of people in the South who have a bias against black people, Latin people, Asian people, etc. because of the color of your skin, etc. Right? But the thing is, in the South, that's visible. Because like you said, the South is branded that way. The South is a place where essentially any American can come to and they can be free. They can do whatever the fuck they want to do. They can kill black people. They can hang black people. They can treat black people like crap. They can talk to black people. They can call black people the N-word. They can be homophobic, etc. So they don't have to act like they want you around their kids. They don't have to smile in your face. You see? See, the funny thing is about Democrats as a whole, a lot of Democrats are performative allies. You get what I'm saying? That's why it's this joke. And one of my most favorite quotes by Joy Reid is when she says, "A lot of Democrats turn red when the lights go off." Facts. That is a fact. That is a bona fide fact. A lot of you guys do. See, the most interesting thing about the Democratic Party, and it's truly fascinating. As black people, we have been politically manipulated by Democrats for the last 60 years. These people ain't did shit for us. Right? When we look at the gentrification that's going on in black America, which we're going to get into later in this video, those are Democrats. Those are Democrats. Those are the guys that's standing next to you in those Black Lives Matter rallies. Those are the people kicking your black ass out of your neighborhood. You get what I'm saying? But I think the interesting thing, and the reason why I'm even bringing all this up, I say all of that to say, white people in the South are very free. They don't mind saying the N-word. They don't mind cussing you out. So when you see a white man in the South that's actually sticking up for black people, and depending on where he at in the South, that literally can mean he's risking his life. You do a clap for that man. Because we know it's not performative with him. We know he really standing on business. We know he really believes that black people should be treated with respect and dignity. Now, when we see a white person in the North doing that, well, that's questionable. Because as I just said, now y'all know I moved back to Detroit. Okay, now we're going to talk about this for a little minute. Now, I did a video now, and I just said white people in Michigan and white people in Atlanta are totally different. And I think it's because white people in Atlanta are used to seeing successful black Americans. And I also think, and it's two things I've noticed from being in the South and being in the North. White people in the South, white woke people in the South, do not mind their children living next to, going to school with black kids. They don't mind living next to black kids. They don't mind sharing anything with black people, okay? Right? The South is actually more integrated than segregated. Okay, now the North is very segregated. If you go to Chicago, it's one of the most segregated cities in the world. New York, the most segregated city in the world, right? When you go to Michigan, predominantly black neighborhoods, which by the way, a lot of y'all gonna say, well, that's the hood. It's really not, because you got areas like Latham Village. You also have areas like Palmer Woods, Sherwood Forest, that has a significant amount of successful African Americans in these neighborhoods, but they're segregated. They don't look like a Buckhead. Where you go to Buckhead, you see Asians, whites, blacks, Latins, etc. They're all successful. They all do well for themselves, but they're living amongst each other. When you go to Houston, you see this as well. When you go to Austin, Austin kind of white. Okay, we gonna excuse Austin. We gonna when you go to Dallas, you see this as well. But we don't see this up north because the up north woke people, the up north Democrats, are performative allies. They're closeted racists. They are the DL version of racist. Another thing I want to do with y'all, right? I want to say this. I'm gonna end it off on this, okay? It's crazy how folks up north talk about racism like it's history, while down south we still live next door to it, and that's why they are more aware. See, up north, white people talk about racism like it's history, it's in the past, right? They say shit to you like, "Oh, I don't see color." You know, it's almost like white woke people up north, they tried their hardest to make it seem like my journey in America and your journey in America is synonymous, and it's not. It's in no way, shape, or form similar. But people down south, they see these things on the daily. They see how black Americans, immigrants, LGBTQ plus members, etc. are treated. And so, therefore, they're aware of what's going on. But up north, that's not really exposed. That's all done in the dark. So the woke people up north aren't really woke. They're just people who are surface level non-racist, if that makes sense. Now, secondly, I want to talk about something, okay? I also went viral for saying this. I said piercings, tattoos, and you know what? I'm not gonna sugarcoat the shit, okay? I said when people have an excessive amount of piercings and tattoos, it makes them look dirty. People get mad at that. They go in the comments, they taking pictures of me, they saying I look like this. They dragging me for filth. They just talking about me all type of ways. But let me just tell y'all what I meant by that. First off, I want to say this. It is one key word: excessive. Okay, I don't think y'all know what that means. Means this: you got this pierce, 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 you got this pierce. That makes you look dirty. Excessive. You having a nose ring is not going to make you look dirty. You having your lips pierced don't make you look dirty. But a person with an excessive amount of piercings makes them look dirty. If you have tattoos all over your damn body, you look dirty. You don't look like a piece of art. It's very rare you see people with an excessive amount of tattoos that look like a piece of art. You motherfuckers look like a Chipotle bag. That's just the truth. I don't know why everybody is so offended at that. No, when you wear or you have an excessive amount of tattoos or piercings, your ignorant ass look dirty. If your eyes is pierced, your nose is pierced, your mouth is pierced, your ears is pierced, your elbows pierced, your knuckles is pierced, your forehead pierced, your hairline pierced, you look a mess. This is just common sense. I don't understand. Now, you can agree to disagree. Express yourself. Do what you want to do. I mean, it's your body, your choice. No pun intended. But you look a mess. It's nothing wrong with one or two piercings. Hell, if you want to get your whole face pierced, that's on you. But my opinion is when you have a face full of piercings and a face full of tattoos, you look a damn mess. If I saw you walking behind me at night and you have a spider tattooed across your face, I'm gonna call the police. If I see your ignorant ass walking behind me while I have a child behind me and you have a face full of piercings, you better hope I don't have my gun. I can look in your face when you have an excessive amount of tattoos and piercings and tell you are smoking the devil's lettuce. First thing that I think of is you shoot up schools. I don't want you in my neighborhood. I don't want you near me. I don't want you near me on the bus stop. You look a mess. This girl gonna go in my comments talk about, so do I look dirty? Bitch, you got one piercing on your nose. Shut up, hoe. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Let's be fucking for real. I mean, I don't understand what's the problem with that. I feel like that's common sense, okay? Now, I want to say this. I'm not judging people, right? I was just talking about, I think this conversation is more so centered around how society perceives images and presentation as a whole, right? Which is something I'm very passionate about. But I will say this. It's some things that I will budge on, and some things I agree with, and there's some things I don't. Flat out. You look a fucking mess. You look dirty. And your friends that's around you that's letting you get a whole bunch of fucking face piercings and tattoos and shit, not thinking about the fact that you're gonna be 65 in a nursing home. Bitch, they gonna be changing your diaper and see that you got Darnell tatted across your ass cheek. Have you thought about that, Dodo? Have you thought about that, yuck mouth? Have you thought about the fact that what are you going to do when you 60 and you can't go in them people dentist office with a face full of makeup and they wipe this off on your forehead and they say daddy's bitch? Have you thought about that? I'm not saying you the dumbest person in the world, but you better hope they don't die. Because you're going straight to hell with gasoline drawers on. You look a mess, hoe. And that's all I gotta say about that one. That's just how I feel. I mean, I'm not really budging on that one. I don't give a fuck. Okay. So segment 3. All right. It says, I did a video talking about the DL men trend. Okay. Here's the thing. It's nothing wrong with expressing your love for anybody. All right. The problem is y'all be messy. Now, when them men take your ignorant ass by your 2 front teeth and drag you down the street and kill you, not kill you. We don't want you to get killed. But when they whoop your ass, don't be mad. You playing with these men live. These men got wives, kids, celebrities, football players, basketball players, and y'all exposing them for some followers. And it's very shocking to see the heights that a lot of LGBTQ members will go to get approval by straight people. I think it's because a lot of y'all have been shunned your whole life. A lot of y'all have been put to the side. I was just having a conversation about EJ King and Kellen. These motherfuckers is fighting fighting over who is the better best friend. Nigga, be the main character in your own fucking story. Be the main character in your own fucking story. Why are gay men so comfortable being an accessory? Stand up. Strap your nuts on. Be the main character. Be the main character because you are the main character. Y'all not tired of seeing gay people be the help? Shit. But aside from that, here's what I always tell these young niggas, okay? If you be a nigga side, it's no point of being a nigga side anything if he not doing nothing for you. You laying on your back for a pack of hot Cheetos, a wet ass, and some bubble gum. And you want to post the nigga that did that for you? If you want to post a deal, post the nigga that's getting some money and that's giving you some. You posting the nigga that everybody else is fucking and ain't did shit for none of y'all. So I'm confused. The point is, you need to step your motherfucking cookies up, because it's not looking pretty for you. Being a DL is saying you got a DL. It's like saying, oh, whoop-de-doo, I'm a side bitch. What you want us to do, clap? You want us to say, whoop-de-doo, you got a DL? No. You a nigga secret. You're a cum rag. You're a bust down. That don't gotta bust down. That nigga ain't giving you a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out. Because he ain't got a window to throw it out. Only thing that nigga got is Timberland boots, a gun, a scale that he don't even put no dope on. a hairline that ain't been lined up in 6 months, some dirty ass jogging pants, and 2 baby mamas. That's it. He don't even claim the kids. Because we know the kids can't stand his ass. But you take your laptop chin, ugly, foot dragging, lobster back ass on TikTok and get to exposing them for some cool points, for some bitches who don't care about you, don't like you, and don't want to be around you. I think y'all be forgetting on TikTok, these people don't know y'all. They don't care about y'all. Yo hula hoop waistline ass. No good and goddamn well you shouldn't have took your ignorant ass on there. Sidebar. Let's talk about the lady who was disrespecting that little girl at Dixon Elementary. Ho, you dumpster juice breath smelling ass ho. Tripod leg, foot dragging, dirty ass bitch. Dirty panty, crunchy flip flop, crunchy ponytail having ass ho. We know you're gonna be stealing out of Walmart next month because your EBT card is cut off. You should stop talking about people on TikTok because they didn't do nothing to you. And then you go in schools and you talk about little kids. That is not acceptable, and it really speaks volumes to your character. But we're going to give you grace because I'm pretty sure you were talked about as a child. That does not excuse going on Instagram, going on Facebook, and telling people about their kids because you don't know them. Now, our last segment is going to be about gentrification. Now, I made a video. It goes viral, right? I talked about gentrification in Detroit, Michigan. Now, y'all know I just moved back to Detroit, okay? Moved from Atlanta to Detroit. Now, Atlanta is an extremely gentrified city. And I first want to start this segment off by saying, we all know that gentrification is inevitable. Like, it's going to happen to every city eventually. Every city gets gentrified, right? That's literally, it's impossible for it not to happen. But that does not mean that it is not a good thing. As long as we live in an economy that is a capitalist economy, gentrification is going to be a thing. Excuse me. I mean, newsflash. I hate to be the one to say it, but people are going to gentrify the area. Like, I just heard that they're spending $70 million to redo Cody High School, which... But what y'all don't pay attention to is they're going to do that whole area over. When you go to Hamtramck, Michigan, I can speak for Hamtramck. Hamtramck, Michigan is not the same. Detroit is about to become the next biggest city. By 2030, Detroit is going to be back. They are redoing Detroit. It is a new Detroit. But what does that mean for Detroiters? That is what we have to start looking at. What does that mean for Detroiters? That means thousands of black people are going to be kicked out of their community on houses that them and their family have worked their asses off for. Rent is going to go up, which has already went up, but it's about to skyrocket. A once affordable city is not about to be affordable anymore. Less opportunities for black people are going to get lesser, smaller, and smaller. Black people are not going to have a place in the great city of Detroit, Michigan. It's going to get 10 times harder to own in Detroit, Michigan. This guy, he left a comment on one of my TikTok videos. I should have screenshotted it. But it was basically saying the problem is a lot of black Detroiters moved out. They went to Atlanta. They went to Houston. But I also want to say I just want to say this. A lot of black Detroiters moved out because they wanted more opportunity. But as I've been back in Detroit, Detroit is a city that needs to be built. And it's being built. So black people, hear me loud and clear when I say this. We need to buy some shit up in Detroit. We need investment properties in Detroit, and we need to buy this shit fast. Because these major Fortune 500 companies are coming into our neighborhoods that our ancestors built. Our ancestors, your black ass granddaddy, your auntie, your mama, your grandma, built, kept clean. And they're trying to take it all away. They are trying their hardest to take this from us. Do not let them. They did this in DC. They did this in Atlanta. They did this in Brooklyn. They're doing this to every chocolate city in America. They are kicking us out of our neighborhoods. We need to fight back. The way to fight back is ownership. I keep telling y'all, it's 4 main ways the African community is attacked. Okay? It's 4 ways the black community is attacked. Economic sabotage, political manipulation, spiritual manipulation, and cultural narratives. Okay? It's very important because I feel like every time I'm saying this, you motherfuckers not getting it. Okay? Economic sabotage. What is an example of economic sabotage? Redlining, which is something that was introduced to us by Democrats. Don't shoot the messenger, shoot the nigga that did it. Well, he already did. FDR has been gone a long time. What else I say? Cultural narrative, stereotypes. The idea that black women are just mad and angry when in reality they pissed the fuck off. You know, you painted me white and put a wig on me, I would be a white man in society. You paint a black woman white. Shit, she's still a woman. Spiritual manipulation. Black people then gave $12 billion on average to the church. If we would have put that money in the S&P 500 from the year 2000, we would have $1.3 trillion. I say economic political manipulation. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about how our community has been voting for the same political party for the last 60 goddamn years that has not prioritized us and will never prioritize us. They've never cared about us. They not like us. They not for us. Them Democrats don't give a damn about y'all. Never have and never will. I made a video the other day talking about the fact that I didn't vote in the last election. And honestly, I regret that. Because now we got a fat lobster back, ugly ass hot Cheeto running the country, ruining everybody's lives. Taking away people food stamps. Taking away people Medicare. Just taking away every goddamn thing. And now we are in a place in society where people literally don't know next month how the hell they're going to eat. Because this affects 42 million people, by the way. I'm not exaggerating. You can look it up. It's 42 million people, probably more than that. Black America is under attack. And this is something that I don't see a lot of black creators talking about. So I want to be the one to say this, right? I wrote this for y'all, okay? If anything, I truly feel that Black America has the potential to be successful. I believe that Black America has the potential to dominate, to take over, to take back what's ours. It is time to strap your nuts on, stand on 2 feet. If you don't got no feet, you got some wheels. If you don't got no wheels, I don't know what to tell you. And fight back. Chocolate cities are under attack. I just want to say this. I'm done. I'm over it. It is over. Yeah. I really don't got nothing else to yap about. So that is the end of this episode for episode 2 of the Sunday Sit Down. Peace out, bitches.